my logo is nice because I paid someone 1 lakh for it. No, that's not how it works.
It seems that, I have entered a world and everything that is there looks a part of that world.
I'm like, are you high? He's like, no. Who's paying 1.5 lakh rupee for a shoe? This is something I've never seen before in my life.
One part of it is accepting also that you don't know. Second, having the right set of people around you. मैंने कई बार सोचा था कि ये स्ट्रीटवेयर फैशन क्या है? What are these streetwear brands that are coming up and becoming so famous? आपने कितनी बार सोचा होगा कि यार, where can I get clothes that my favorite celebs like Diljit, Honey Singh, Bumrah, Rohit Sharma and many more are spotted in? या कभी नॉर्मल वेबसाइट्स पे इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड्स के फैशन अपैरल्स ढूंढते हुए और सोल्ड आउट देख के डिसअपॉइंट हुए हो? वेल, इन सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स तो कोई ऐसा ही दे सकता है जिसने इंडिया में स्ट्रीटवेयर कल्चर शेप किया हो एंड मेड एवरीथिंग इंटरनेशनल अवेलेबल फॉर एवरीवन इन इंडिया. लिमिटेड एडिशन स्नीकर से लेकर वायरल टी शर्ट्स एंड हुडीज तक, ही गॉट एवरीथिंग अंडर वन प्लेस. बट हाउ डिड ही डू दिस? व्हाट वाज हिज विजन? हाउ डिड ही मेक सेलेब्स लव हिज ब्रांड? लेट्स ब्रेक इट ऑल डाउन विद अंचित कपिल, द sneakerhead, the co-founder of India's streetwear powerhouse brand CrepDog Crew. He started this brand in 2020 और बहुत ही कम टाइम में इन्होंने अपने ब्रांड को इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट एंड मोस्ट इन्फ्लुएंशियल स्ट्रीटवेयर ब्रांड बनाया है. This is the Quest Talk, where we give spotlight to people who are legit dreamers and achievers. Hi Anchit, it's great having you here.
Thank you, Nipun. It's a pleasure.
How did it all begin? Your childhood, how was it? And, were you always somebody looking towards entrepreneurship?
I come from a business family background. So my father has been a garment exporter and one of the first few people in the country to start garment exports. So I was very confused while growing up and pretty much had no idea of what I'm going to do in life.
So was this Delhi or some other?
This was Delhi.
Delhi.
I've been brought up in Delhi and I've done my entire schooling and college from Delhi. And while doing that, I was from the generation where either you become an engineer or a doctor. And to be honest, I was inclined towards none of them. So I was the one where I got taunted like, kuch nahi kar paoge, and like driver बनना पड़ेगा and खत्म है career तुम्हारा because you're not that great in studies and like either you become.
But you had a family business to
yeah, that I had, but again that required its own skill set and as any father, like I am a father now, so I completely agree with my parents back then that you can't tell the kid that okay तुम कुछ नहीं कर रहे आके family business join कर लेना. तो उसको थोड़ा सो पुश करना ही चाहिए एंड जो किया भी था. तो उस वजह से ये बैकिंग कभी नहीं थी कि कुछ नहीं होता तुम आ जाना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता एटीट्यूड नहीं था. सिंपल था, इफ यू आर नॉट वर्थ इट यू विल नॉट बी हियर एंड इफ यू आर नॉट वर्थ बीइंग इन योर ओन बिजनेस देन द वर्ल्ड इज नॉट टेकिंग यू एनीवेयर. एंड इफ द वर्ल्ड इज नॉट टेकिंग यू इन सच अ चैलेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट, इफ यू आर नॉट रेडी इनफ and educated enough to become a doctor or engineer or an accountant or a CA or whatever. So that lost feeling is, I think, the cause of becoming an entrepreneur.
Okay. And why do you say that's the cause?
Being an entrepreneur is doing something 360 degree. It's not just one division, right? Professionalism and education gives you excellence in one particular field and one division. Being an entrepreneur is you're taking care of every department. You have no education for it. But you need to do it because you have no other option. And the decision of doing what is based on your liking and the experience and the knowledge and the environment you're in.
Correct.
Except for that, the entrepreneurial journey is pretty much the same for everyone. And that lost time, that lost sense of a human being that I don't know what I'm going to do with my life is a common factor between entrepreneurs.
No, I think here I also agree with you because in my team also I see there are so many things I don't know, and I think there one part of it is accepting also that you don't know. Second, having the right set of people around you, and if you have the right set of people, then I think your job becomes easier.
100%.
And lastly, then having, I think, trust and ownership transferring to your team. Then I think that's the first step towards becoming better in many other things as well.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
And
so on this, and because a lot of maybe budding entrepreneurs are also watching us, and if they are starting up their own business, having a smile on your consumer's face, I think most businesses have this noble objective, but you're absolutely right. How many
no,
can...
I would just like to add here.
Yeah.
I believe if there are 100 companies out there,
Yes.
and you talk to 100 of them, 105 will have this answer.
Yes.
That, oh, we are doing it. But I want to ask everybody, like, if you're really doing it, what are the steps and what actions
Yes.
do you take to actually do
Absolutely.
it? Where we feel that we have full control. Our consumer care division is inbuilt. Everything's in-house. Our communication is very well thought of. What is allowed, what is not allowed, we communicate through our, I would say, FAQs, through our policies, everything, and we stand by them. We don't change it for anybody, and why we have them, we have reasonings for them.
Then there is another side, which is, storytelling for brand is very important. And, when I see your Insta page, and by your I mean CDC's Insta page, one thing which really stands out for me is that consistency in messaging. And messaging does not necessarily mean one particular message, but I think it seems that, I have entered a world and everything that is there looks a part of that world. Is that also something that you deliberately thought about?
I have been working with brands in F&B since 2011. And for me, building a brand of my own, I was very excited for it when we hopped onto this bandwagon of building CDC, because I had all the idea of what is required to build a brand and the segment we're targeting. So to answer your question, with what's happening with D2C and performance marketing and storytelling and communication and consistency, if that's exactly what you asked, right? So it's a different, yes, these are the weapons you can use, but you can't use all the weapons in all segments. Every segment, every product requires a different priority map for these segments only. And yes, but whatever segment you're catering to and whatever genre of product you are, your brand communication needs to be consistent. You can't keep changing the font every day, you can't keep changing the background every day, you can't keep changing your logos every day, and people get excited, right? And people approach it with a very different, like, my logo is nice because I paid someone 1 lakh for it. No, that's not how it works. It's what somebody perceives out of it. It's what somebody takes back out of it. Are the colors attractive enough? Is the logo giving the same vibe your brand and your product
stands
and
for.
your experience stands for? If yes, you're on the right path. If no, you'll see it. The consumers are going to come and tell you, right? So that is where I say you need to be very adaptive. And there are great creators out there, great designers out there who can help you get your thought process aligned to create your design language of your brand before you launch it or before you're launching a new product, rather than taking feedback after the product is launched and then you gave one feedback, someone else. So that is a core thing which a lot of people address it in a manner where a design agency or design would do it, where 50% of the agencies are not even asking you that who is your target audience. I think you can't design a logo before you know the target audience.
Sure.
That's the most
So if we
important
take a
thing.
step back and I want to launch a brand today, you being experienced and knowledgeable in this field, in your understanding, what are the 3 to 5 steps I should take before I launch the brand at a macro level?
So to open a brand today, I tell everybody that the most important thing, before you get your logo right, you need to get your product right. You can't push your product on people today. There is no, it's not the India which was in 2010 where things weren't available, right?
Yeah.
Everything is available in India.
Yeah.
There are many options of everything. You don't get one potato chips, you don't get one banana chips, you don't get one ragi chips. There are at least 20 options of each category and subcategory and micro category happening there. And for that reason, you really need to have a product which shines in this crowded space, racks of supermarkets or, apparel
Correct.
store
So get your
racks or
product
whatever.
right. Get your product right.
That's the most important
Correct.
thing.
Yeah, correct. In fact,
You
I
guys
tell
are-
this for iQOO consumers as well, where I tell them that, especially for iQOO, I know that we have to get our product right. Why? Because as you also mentioned, consumers today are very smart. If we think that we can just tell them something and they will just blindly follow, they will not. I don't know about your business and your category, but in our case,
it's same. It's
same, right?
same.
So in fact, we've been talking about CDC a lot, but I forgot to ask you that how did this name come of CDC? And we also have some pictures that I want to come to, and maybe let's go through that journey also. This is 89. Right?
Yeah, so fashion was on point always. You can see. Like, I don't know, I have a cell phone. That's a cell phone. I remember that's a Siemens cell phone. My father got one. And that was early days, and people didn't have cordless phones back then. And so I was fascinated enough to
But
get
this
a
is only
picture with
vanity,
that.
right? Not only for picture.
Only for picture.
Only
The cell
for
phone is
picture,
there.
yes.
It wasn't part of my life. No.
Yes. What is this moment?
This is where we were covered in
Simply
I forgot
Delhi.
which magazine was this. This was some very cool magazine. This was a Vogue, GQ, or somewhat of those sorts.
Okay.
Something there. This page was Simply Delhi in that.
Okay.
And this was a full article written about Summer House Cafe, and this is me and my co-founder Ricky there in the image.
Okay.
So
And at this time, what were you doing?
I was me and Ricky, my co-founder, we started Summer House Cafe. He used to take care of events and the management and getting the design and everything ready, and I used to take care of food and beverage.
Food and beverage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started this.
This was your first cafe?
This was mine and Ricky's first cafe as being big bosses.
Okay.
We were working as partners and as collaborators and other things for other people before this. But this was our first, like, where we were the big bosses, like we were the CEOs and COOs. Before that, we were more on the managerial and the top management side. So yeah, this was our first where every decision was either taken by him or by me.
Okay. Next one, I think this is CDC now.
This is CDC. This is the picture on the right is one of the sneaker showcase we did at Koram, Gurgaon in 2022. So that's where we were just starting, and CDC's first store was there. So physically the shoes came out because from 2020 to 2022 it was online. World was buying these shoes. If you had 5 shoes, you had 5 shoes. Somebody had 8 shoes, somebody had 2 shoes, and somebody had no shoes. But this is where after we did our store in 2022, we started doing some events to showcase these shoes and everything. So that's where the world started seeing what these limited edition shoes are, and it was more of a awareness and a branding campaign. The picture on the left is, as it says, it says 7th May 2024. If you see on that, that's a very unforgettable day for the entire organization. Our Mumbai store caught fire.
Oh.
And got completely burned down.
Okay.
And the image, this image is actually, I remember, is from the 30th or the 1st of July 2024. Within 2 months, we built the store back, and the t-shirt was representing this. If you see, there's a phoenix made on the t-shirt. So we did a special drop of a t-shirt when we relaunched the store in 55 days. And this is the images from there. So this is this is a very recent image.
That's quite a story.
I was stumbled upon this industry by my co-founders, Bharat and Shaurya. We were just sitting one fine afternoon. They came to me. They said, "We'll be selling shoes." I said, "Okay, good idea. What shoes? Show me." And as I told you, everybody loves shoes. I said, "Okay, I want these." They were Yeezys. And that's the first day I heard of these shoes called Yeezys. So I said, "How do you spell them?" Like Yeezy, Y-E-Z-Z-Z-Y. I said, "Okay, whatever, it's weird. What's so special about them?" He's like, "Kanye West made them." I'm like, "Isn't he a singer, a rapper?" They said, "Yeah, Kanye West made shoes." I'm like, "Wow." Like, is music going well for him? Like, that's what, anybody common man would ask. So then we had that laugh on that and everything. They showed us the shoes and I said, cool. And when they showed me the price of the shoe, that it's going to be for 35,000 rupees or 32,000 rupees. So I said, it's very expensive. Like, and why aren't you able to tell me what the price is? Why is it 32 or 35? Like, what's the MRP? He's like, MRP is 22. I'm like, excuse me, what's wrong with you boys? Why will you pay extra for a shoe? He's like, no, we will sell them. I'm like, okay, how much are you getting them for? He's like, we'll get them for 28. I'm like, what? Hey, hold on a minute. Something which comes for 22, you will buy it for 28. With a plan to sell it for maybe 32, 34, 35. That's what you are debating right now, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you high? He's like, no. I'm like, something is wrong. Then both these boys told me that I am old and I don't know what's going on in the world, where people are buying these shoes on a resale price, and it's how the world is working now. And I come from an age where Rolex used to be sold at 7% discount. Like 10 years back, you go to a Kapoor watcher and if you buy a Rolex, they are offering you 7% off. Now, you need to pay 30, 40, 50, 60% markup on retail. And I didn't know that back then. So I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. And then whatever, this conversation went by. And
but did you ask them, is there a proven business?
No, I didn't ask anything because it was their business. Why will I ask?
Okay.
Right? I'm happy
but you
in
were
my
a partner,
restaurant industry.
No? Weren't you coming as a partner on this?
They are having a discussion that we will start a business.
Okay, both of them?
Both of them.
Okay.
I am just in the room. I'm like, now who's paying 1.5 lakh rupee for a shoe? We've got someone who's going to get these shoes for us and then we'll sell them. I said, if you're able to sell, please tell me. And how many days it took you to sell these 15, 20 odd pairs? Okay. He told me one evening that they're coming tomorrow. And for me, like, it's tomorrow now, and evening 7, 8 o'clock, I get a call from him. We've sold all. I'm like, who are these people who are so high in life that who are buying these shoes that are marked up premium?
All will be in 30, 35 price range. Or
easy. So I'm like, and they bought it. They were friends and family only, but I'm like, friends and family are not giving you token money for your new business, 35,000 rupees. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, they'll buy it to keep you happy. They're not spending 35 till the time they want it. So I then went and called a couple of other family friends who bought the shoe. Like, why have you bought the shoe? You don't know. This is easy. This is Kanye West. Nobody has the shoe. I'm like, this guy is crazy. So then I realized everybody's crazy. Except for me. I had no idea. And then I actually started putting things on a paper and I started asking them, okay, if you're getting into this business, what I've realized, this is a luxury business. Have you thought of it? He's like, no. So that question answer round kind of led to these guys coming to me and saying, why don't you become our partner? And you take care of this part because we've never thought of this in this angle. So that's what it started. And to, I would say, the real scenario where why they asked me was also because in being a restaurateur, your family thinks you have no work. You go to the bar, you drink, you eat, you come back.
Okay.
So my co-founder is my brother-in-law and his best friend. So we kind of related. We all knew each other since. So both of them, I think, in their head thought कि इसके पास कोई काम है नहीं, ये तो free है. हमारे पास लाइफ में देखो और भी काम है.
Okay.
तो हम प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट संभाल लेंगे. ये ब्रांडिंग और ये कैसे नाम रखना है और क्या करना है नहीं करने दो क्योंकि ये नहीं आता है और फ्री भी है ना ये तो comparatively. So that's how it started. So obviously when we came to a conclusion that I'm going to be a part of it, so I went back to the drawing board and I thought, okay, we need to keep a name and the name needs to have a ring to it where it involves the community, it involves the essence of what we are doing, and it needs to be unique because coming from a brand name called Summer House Cafe, which is so generic, till date we don't have a .com. So you get stuck there if you have very generic names. And generic names don't make legacy brands in luxury.
So then the name, how did you?
So Crep Protect was that spray. I was coming to Yeezys. Yeezys are, if you've seen Yeezys, how they are, they're fully fabric. My concern, living in India, fabric shoe, you go out, and I come from the F&B industry, so I was still working there, going out every night. I'm like, one person steps on my shoe, it's gone. It's a 35,000 rupee white shoe. So then these boys told me there's a spray called Crep Protect, which everybody uses for these sneakers, which are limited. And it's a very cool spray. And now you have Indian brands also doing that. So you spray that on your shoe, let it rest, and whatever. Whenever it's ready to wear, you drop ketchup on it, it would slide off.
Okay.
You drop Coca-Cola off it, it will slide. You won't even have a watermark. It doesn't absorb. It just bounces off it. Any surface, fabric. So that Protect spray was the, I would say, thing for me back then where this is something I've never seen before in my life. Like, you know, this is something like how somebody saw a cell phone for the first time. Ki ye bina wire ke kaise chal raha hai? So I said, okay, I got the first word in Crep. That's how I logged the first word. And I got the last word in immediately, which was Crew, because it had to be a community-driven business. So I was trying to create a brand name which resonates, and kind of, in my head, I was looking at the future 5 years down the line ki aisa logo hoga, there will be some, 50, 80 people will be standing and like those, how you see those American gangster movies where this group of gangsters are standing. It's one of those images in my head vividly. And I was like, Crew, bro, this is Crew. Because this is hustling, and I see what's going on in the industry. Kids are lining up and working and working in crews, and end of the day, it's a community, and that community is a crew in its own way. So I said, okay, Crew. So CrepDog Crew aa gaya. But again, I don't know how. I've got a knack of branding with experiences in my life. And इस theory में मेरे मन में बस एक ही सवाल आया कि bro, it does not have a ring to it. Crep Crew से बात नहीं बन रही, मजा नहीं आ रहा. So I repeat words in my head in a way like how I'm creating music. It's like Crep Crew. It had to have a high note or a low note to it in the center. So it went CrepDog Crew. CrepDog Crew. So the first time I said it was CrepDog Crew. So now I had to rhyme it with something, and then the word dog came up, and I'm like, who doesn't like dogs? And if you don't like dogs, then you shouldn't like us. Don't talk to us. That's okay. We're a luxury brand. If you don't like dogs, you won't get entry. In my head only, I don't have zero money in my pocket. My co-founder sold 20 shoes. I'm back there sitting that day that we will have stores where people can bring in their pets while they're shopping. No shopping store allows pets. We will allow them. So, and I love dogs as a person. Then second theory came in. CrepDog can also be a term crafted by us, which is, hey, are you a collector? No, I'm a sneakerhead. And if you're beyond that, who are you? You are CrepDog. So that's how we termed and coined that word for ourselves. And Crew came in, and CrepDog Crew became a thing, and people started calling it, because to aim for luxury, the whole idea was we didn't want you to pronounce our brand name correctly. We wanted you to call it CDC since day one.
No, especially I think now with the trends changing, what I also see is premiumization is on the rise, and it's happening across categories, whether it's mobile phones or apparel or even ice creams for that matter. Across segments, I have seen that, and of course there's a segment for each price point, but the segment for higher price points is certainly rising.
I have a very different approach of why premiumization is happening. See, earlier when India was, I'm talking about 2000 to 2010, where we started getting a lot of products from abroad, a lot of things have started happening. A lot of, I think Oreos came to India, and when you and me were in school, nothing used to come.
Correct.
And from 2000 to 2010, a lot of things started coming to India. But when it first came to India, it came at its lowest form. The worst possible service, the worst possible product that brand could offer, they tested it out with that. Because
Lowest
the
cost.
mindset was, India is a poor country. India does not have that spending power. Indians cannot buy a chocolate for 150 rupees. Right? So, 10 rupees mein lowest quality hi jayega, to wo hi mal do. Now, these companies are seeing that globally, the revenue is also coming through Indians. In some way or the other. And Indians are traveling so much. Indians have knowledge, have the price power to buy it, have everything, and they are going abroad and buying these things. And when you compare, if given a premium version of what you're getting in India, you will definitely opt for it because you were that's your benchmark. So because of, I would say, exposure, travel, people have set great benchmarks, and because of that, the acceptance of premiumization is being fueled.
So, I also have some pictures to show, and I think these pictures talk a little bit about who else have shopped from you.
Oh, damn.
So when you're talking about experience, and we have King, Honey Singh, and the others. Diljit is also here.
Yes, that was a big moment for us.
So was it like and here as well, in fact, even more, the who's who of India possibly?
I call them the crew.
Okay.
They're part of the crew. For me, anybody who shops from us is part of the crew. And yes, you
On the
put it up
previous
really
picture,
nicely, to be honest. Like I've had moments in office where I got to know that this one visited, that one visited, this guy's coming in, that's coming in, and brings. To be honest, we don't really market all this because the first offer from our side to any celebrity or famous personality out there is what we provide as a brand is privacy. We understand you're here to shop. It's your private moment. It's a very personal thing, and we want you to come and experience the store in a great way, not give a great experience to our other shoppers that is founder celeb there, to be honest.
I can wear what I want at a price which is
so
possible.
I've gotten you new products, which according to me you always wanted but you never knew. At a price point you were already happy spending at. So
Correct.
That's our product market fit there.
Correct. The other thing also is the crew part, because when you talk community, there are 3 C's which are working very well for us. One is culture, second is community, and the third is conversation. Community, we built the whole iQOO community, which is now maybe 2 million plus questers. Culture is, the way I understand, and maybe you can add here, is okay, what is the true culture today? Like you said, the culture today is of wearing these kinds of clothes at a price point which you can really afford. And conversation for me is...
Culture in a nutshell, with I would say the generation we are talking to here is, can we summarize in one word? Chill.
Another C.
Another C there. Yeah? So it's chill. It's basically relax, take it easy, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, take care of your dog's health, whoever is around you, whatever. But the whole question comes down to that when this generation and the youngsters are keeping it chill and keeping it cool, how does, like in my personal experience, like we sell fashion, so how do we adapt to this shift? And I think we've kind of nailed it with that in our own way, because we caught the wave early, because we believe that the world is not going to keep wearing tight pants and tight jeans. They will move to a more comfortable fit, a more functional shirt, a easy go look, a nice comfortable sneaker, because end of the day that's practical. And what is streetwear? Streetwear is functional. Streetwear is artistic.
Yeah, while I had these questions, I also asked community, our iQOO community, because when I told them that you're coming, they also had some questions.
Wow.
So maybe I can just ask a couple of questions which they have shared with me.
Sure.
And the first one, Yasir has asked, how do you get partnerships and collaborations for CDC?
The way to approach it is, once you've created a brand where you feel you can collaborate with someone, you need to tell them what you bring on the table.
Yeah, good. Next, I think the next question is, how do you see sneaker and streetwear market evolving in India over the next few years? I think partly you've answered it's here to stay.
It is here to stay. It will shift. It is already shifted. So when we came and we started selling these kind of clothes, you go to a Zara, you never used to get these kind of clothes. But now you go to a Zara or a H&M. So the entire global fashion is shifting towards streetwear.
Okay, the next one, Ayush has asked this. Are there any upcoming collabs which you can reveal?
I've already revealed them. And I think by the time this podcast is going to be aired, the collabs are going to be released. So the upcoming collabs are Bombay Canteen and Jameson. And many others.
Another question, how do you engage with the sneakerhead community beyond just selling products? Yeah, I think this is a good question.
How do we engage with sneakerhead community without selling sneakers? I've got a very funny answer to this. The real answer is by selling socks. It's funny, but it's true. So CDC is an aggregation platform. What we sell is not ours. And we had a problem back in 2022 where we wanted to market ourselves and we didn't have anything which was cost effective that I could send out to 100 people. So we decided to make a product which is cost effective, which are socks. Obviously, they're compared to a sneaker, they're dirt cheap. So we did socks and we treated them in a different way. We don't call them socks, we call them ice pops. Those CDC ice pops till now have come in 17 colors. This year, another 12 or 15 colors will be launched. By the end of this year, you come to any CDC store, you'll see an ice cream cart there. And there is a cultural movement around socks. So when you're wearing CDC socks, so when you think of shoes, you eventually come to us. That's one thing what we do, because we realize that a lot of socks are out there and nobody's making matching socks for sneakers. So we'll do that. So that's one thing, because that's a pain point. You know, sneakerheads are emotional about shoes. Now I'm also a sneakerhead. I wasn't one earlier, but now I'm a sneakerhead. So I get really emotional with what socks to wear, what shoes to wear. Sometimes there are no-show socks. Sometimes there are branded socks. Sometimes it has to be a very specific sock, because that's the tie to your suit, which is your shoe. So they need to be paired in the right way.
Okay, I think the last section, this is the rapid fire.
Damn.
So let's see how many or what's your answer to these questions. First sneaker you ever bought?
As a kid or at CDC, when I knew I'm buying sneakers?
Yeah, once you are a proclaimed sneakerhead.
Yeezy, Adidas Yeezy, white.
Okay. Favorite sneaker brand?
As of now?
Yeah.
Brand, favorite sneaker brand put together with the history done, Jordans, Nikes, easy.
One sneaker you'd wear for life?
As of now, these Ons?
On
Clouds, damn comfortable.
Largest collection of sneakers in India, who has it?
Lot of people. Lot of people have a lot of shoes. I would say there are more than 100 people in India having more than 100 pairs of sneakers.
Yeah, I
in
think
a
that's
very easy way, or more than 1,000 people in India having more than 100 sneakers. Very easy.
Yeah, that's right. What do you prefer, performance or lifestyle sneakers?
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle?
Yeah.
Sustainability or affordability?
Okay, now this one's going to take long. I want to clarify one thing. I go on many forums and I tell this everywhere. Whoever is thinking fashion is sustainable, good morning. This is the biggest lie. Fashion as its own meaning means change. It can, and anything which is constantly changing cannot be sustainable.
So, but the material can be?
What about the carbon footprint? That's
Carbon
a lie. I'm telling
footprint
you.
is also neutral. You can still have a neutral carbon footprint.
You cannot. Warehousing, carbon footprint, wastage of apparel, because there is no 100% consumption in this industry. The sneakers and the apparel industry does not have 100% consumption like your mobile phones. You get 1 million pieces, whatever price you decide, you are able to sell everything out of your warehouse. That does not, like if you study apparel and shoes, there's the word called dead inventory, and it's really big and it keeps on increasing. I've never promoted CDC being sustainable, but if you ask it and if I just frame it in this way, we are very sustainable because we sell homegrown brands. They're produced in India. We sell them in India. There's the minimal carbon footprint to it, yeah. But yeah, at scale, we will also have a carbon footprint, however sustainable we become. The end of the day, fashion is not sustainable. I am not here because it's sustainable. Anybody who's here for its sustainability, I can only give you best wishes. So ये question ही wrong है. मतलब sustainable तो fashion है ही नहीं. और affordable or non-affordable, I would say practical and likable.
Streetwear or luxury? The last one. Luxury aesthetic or streetwear?
Luxury streetwear. No, I've answered it.
The best of both.
Luxury streetwear is a segment.
Yeah.
And that's cool, you know, that is actually the best. So I aspire that I like a jacket from Louis Vuitton, which is the new streetwear collection, and I love it.
Yeah.
Before that, I never liked anything from Louis Vuitton till the time it became streetwear. So yeah, luxury streetwear is something I really look up to, and I learn a lot from it because they are the game changers in today's world who are really scaling and making brands out of thin air.
Okay, we also have a small surprise for you. We have a slate right next to you.
Oh, nice.
And in iQOO we always say, what are we questing for? This is the quest talk. So what are you questing for at CDC?
All right, you want me to write it down?
Yeah.
Damn.
Whatever comes to your mind. So this is...
So it's adaptation and evolution. So the whole funda, mantra, motto, quest, whatever you call it, of life, personally for me is adapt and evolve. Because the only constant is change in life, and you don't know what's going to be thrown at you. So you need to be adaptive and keep evolving with it, and nothing is permanent, and you came empty-handed, and you will go with a lot of experiences in your life, and you will keep improving on each and every experience you get in life if you just follow these two things.
I think wonderful.
Damn. I need to learn to hold things better. That's one evolution I need in my life.
Okay, and lastly, we also have a small gift for you.
Oh, great.
Your quest has inspired
good.
millions. So
Dude, this is so nice. I'm going to show this to my mom.
I'm sure she's
Or
already
maybe
proud of you.
or a school principal who thought ki nobody is going to listen to you or look at you or do that.
And now you've inspired millions.
I'm glad, dude, in the right way, I hope. Killer, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Had a great
My
time.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks.